What's up, guys? Just like Slim Shady, we are back again with episode 4 of the What You Saying podcast. I'm joined here with my boys Jack and James. What you saying, Jack?
Hey man, how's it going?
Not bad.
Yeah, it's real great to be back here again with another great set of guests. So let's just get into it.
Yeah, tell me more. Who are your guests?
So this week I have Bethany, whose nan is actually the only nan's flat that I've got wasted in and had a party in. How you doing, Bethany?
Not bad, thanks. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no, great to have you. And I've also got Dan, who was my left-hand man when deciding what filling to put in my Subway at 4 a.m. in town. What's going on, Dan?
Yeah, mate, not bad, thanks, not bad.
No, thanks for coming, man. Thanks for coming. So yeah, that's who I got. That's the squad.
Sweet, that's a solid team.
Yeah.
James, what's your team saying?
Yo. Yeah, I'm glad we're back. Episode number 4. This is great. So today I have two very special people joining me. Both of my mates from uni. One of which who is literally doing something different like every time I speak to him. What are you saying, Ollie?
Something different. That's interesting.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm literally just playing Animal Crossing 24/7.
Hey, what you talking about, man?
Well, that's different to the last time I spoke. So,
Touché.
And how you doing, Ollie?
Yeah, no, I'm good. How's yourself?
Good. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, thank you. And I've got someone who I love to hang around with, but I've probably spoken to more in Fortnite than I have in real life. What are you saying, Greg?
Yeah, hello. Thank you for having me. That's definitely true. We play an obscene amount of Fortnite. Yeah. Should be illegal in some countries, but in ours it's not. So, but I've been having a great week, thanks, up until Tuesday when you bailed on the quiz and ruined it for everyone.
Yeah, call them out online. Call them out, please.
Yeah, I want all the fans to know what James Allen's really like.
Oh man, that's savage.
But yeah, apart from that, I'm good.
Good.
Thank you for having me.
Good to have you both here.
All right, cool. Everybody's happy. Everybody's healthy. Let's jump straight into it. James, you're up first. What are you saying?
Okay, so my sister once walked into me whilst I was crying whilst watching Titanic.
All right. Was this the first time you watched? Was this your first viewing of the film?
Yes. This was my first viewing watching the film. And yeah, I remember like just sat in my mum's bed. And I think I remember her calling my name from downstairs. My sister, I think she wanted something, and I just wasn't replying. So then she came upstairs to see what was going on, and she just opened the door, and I was just crying my eyes out. And I said, "Now it's not a great time." And she was like, "Oh,
it's not the time, man."
and she was like, "What's wrong?" And then I just pointed at the TV, and she was like, "Titanic." Yeah.
Titanic. Was it? What scene was it? What when she walked in? What scene were we on that you were crying at?
Oh, I know exactly what scene it was. When when the boat's sinking and then they're like start playing.
I remember that part. I do remember that
part. No, and then they start like playing the violin and stuff, and then it's like that music. Yeah, that got.
Yeah. What did your sister say? Was she like, oh? Yeah,
I think I remember her just laughing at me, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But
that's fair, to be honest.
Yeah, which I completely understand now. But at the time, I was not grateful for the laughter. It was sad.
And James, how old were you? Is this like last week, or was this?
Yeah, this was just before this podcast, actually.
Oh really?
No, this
was. You still sound quite choked up. You literally just managed to wipe the tears away.
Oh yeah. No, this was quite a while ago now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't give you an exact.
Can you
date.
give us a specific year at least?
Let's say 2008, give or take 5 years either side.
8. Wow.
Give or take 5 years.
It's really not that
So
specific.
there's a decade to work with. Yeah.
That's one of the least specific things you've said so far.
So you're between 6 and 16.
Yeah, sounds about right.
A pivotal period in your childhood.
Yeah.
Some would say.
So it was between 6 and 16, and it was the part when the boat was going down. I think we're working with
man.
Things are starting to add up.
Yeah. I just remember that
Okay.
boat going down and just started crying, and then, as if things couldn't get any worse, and they started playing the violin, and I was like, oh man, this is emotional.
Oh, the violin's a real tearjerker, man.
Yeah, for
it
sure.
really brings a bit of emotion to any scene.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So you were crying before they started playing the violin?
I think
Just at the thought of the boat sinking.
yeah. I think
That
it
just
was
made
like
you cry.
I guess
It
it
got
was
10 times worse afterwards.
yeah, it wasn't just the boat. It wasn't the boat sinking at all that made me cry. It was like I hate violinists.
Oh, fair.
So, yeah. No, I feel like maybe it was my first sort of like real life disaster movie kind of thing. Like, oh yeah, this happens, or this happened. So yeah, maybe
because it was a true story.
Yeah.
Have you watched Marley and Me?
I have since, and let me tell you,
Did
that
you
was
cry
10
then?
times worse than Titanic.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
It does add up then.
Yeah.
Because a single dog dying will always be worse than thousands of people dying every time.
Yeah, every time, no matter what. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think, I guess it was like the time of my life where I was just starting getting into like real life movies. Well, not getting into, but maybe the first time I've watched one.
And that could have been at age 16.
Six anywhere from
Or
6 to 16. We haven't quite figured that one out yet. Yeah.
It's a big period. Okay.
Were you embarrassed when your sister?
I think
found you crying?
from what I remember, I was like I started crying even more than because I was embarrassed. I was like, oh no, you just walked in. You could have walked in at any moment, and it was when I'm like pouring my eyes out,
Balling. Yeah.
To be fair, mate, she could have walked into something much worse than you crying.
Yeah, that is true. At age 6,
Or 16, man.
That
Like,
was-
who knows?
yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, what were we thinking?
it's an interesting one because obviously it's very, very believable. I mean, people cry to films such as Titanic, the absolute catastrophe of a film, but he was very unspecific with the time period at which this happened. But
I don't
that
think he
could
could
be
have
on
been
purpose.
any more unspecific. Like, that
Yeah,
was-
that's like more than half his life.
Yeah,
pretty much,
exactly.
right there. So I don't know if he was doing that to throw us off the scent. I don't know. Bethany, Dan, what do you reckon?
Personally,
Um,
I don't cry at films, but I know that that's not normal. It could be true.
What's not normal?
Thanks for that, Bethany.
Wait, what's not?
To not cry.
I don't really follow the logic there, but all right.
Interesting. You don't cry at films. So do you laugh at comedies?
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Over, Dan, please help me here.
Yeah, I am on Jack's side here. It was so vague. I think if this really did happen, you'd know closer than within a 10-year bracket if it had happened or not. And also, if you were crying, it would have been at the bit where Jack slipped off the door, which was, by the way, Rose could have budged over. That was a massive
it was such a
fucking
big door,
Oh,
bro.
for
It was
sure.
such a big
Yeah.
door.
That, you should be crying at the fact that she's such a selfish bitch.
Yeah, but
rather
that was
than-
after, that was
what I mean.
afterwards, though, wasn't it? I was already bawling my eyes out by then. I could barely see the screen, just tears in front of my eyes.
Dan, he had nothing left to give. He had nothing left to give. All right. Well,
yeah, I think it's a lie.
hang on, Bethany. Did you say lie or
Did
true?
that help you at all, Jack?
I'm not sure.
It could be true, but it's probably a lie as well. I've never seen
All right, brilliant.
Literally, the two options. It could be true, yeah, or it could be a lie. To be fair,
The two states in which this could possibly be in.
I've never seen the film, so
you can ask me more questions if you want. I'm ready. I'm ready for those questions.
James, you're getting good at trying to make this be on the fence every time. I've been noticing this.
You know what can I say? Natural truth
Okay,
and natural lie.
I'm
that's
gonna
what I said.
go. Oh, I'm gonna go lie. I'm gonna go lie because the time frame. Only because of the time frame. Lie.
All right. Jack is saying a lie. James, truth or lie?
I don't know. I don't know exactly when it happened, but it was the truth.
Oh, you little bitch.
No.
Yeah,
No.
for sure. Crying so
Damn.
much. Yeah.
What are your guys' thoughts on the Titanic? Because there's that whole conspiracy theory where it was a whole like insurance fraud scheme.
Yeah, I've read about this. Like, there's
I
another.
don't think I've heard
What's the
that.
other boat called?
I
There's
can't remember.
There's
It
like
was something beginning with M, I think. Can't remember. What
but
it was
yeah, they
called.
ran the Titanic in the ground to claim insurance. There was like another sister boat to the Titanic. Oh, it's wild.
It's
Go
quite
read it
deep,
up.
Yeah, Google it.
Seriously,
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's quite like
I've not heard about that.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
Interesting.
seems legit.
It seems checked
Seems
out.
legit.
But anyway, let's
Well,
not get into that.
Nice one.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So that is 1 point to James's team. Next up, we have Mr. Jack Colley. What are you saying, Jack?
Okay. So, I once flooded a whole hotel spa. That's it. That's the whole thing.
Wow. How? What?
How
like,
big
what?
is the spa?
Yeah. How? So
Ooh.
many questions.
Okay. So I'm gonna tackle the how first. So I was working in a hotel. And you kind of just got assigned jobs, just kind of randomly each night, and a spa was one of them. And the spa wasn't like it wasn't like a luxury spa that you're thinking of. It was kind of like you had like a sauna. A
That sounds pretty
pool, a
luxury
hot
to
tub.
me.
Nah, but it's not like a spa where you get massages and you got all these like other weird things and like mud pools and all that.
Oh yeah.
It was just
But-
a pool.
Yeah, it's pretty much a pool, a jacuzzi, and a steam room.
Yeah. So we're not a luxury spa. So we don't have a mud pool.
Nah.
It's a leisure centre. It's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah,
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 to your
but it was in a
right, we've got a
hotel, so it was a
slide.
spa.
Okay.
Anyway, so my job that night was to empty and refill the jacuzzi. Okay.
Right. I got it.
Yep.
So this was while I was on a ski season, right? So I was like,
So it's pretty
out.
cold.
it was cold, but I wasn't outside because I was in the hotel, in a spa, and
Which are pretty warm. Yeah.
yeah, so I was filling this this thing up, and I had like just a hose there, and I was just sitting in a chair with my laptop on me, and then someone was like, oh, someone I worked with who wasn't working. We all like lived in the basement, right? All the workers, all like 30 people who ran this hotel just like lived in the basement of the hotel. And,
What? This sounds.
this
This is
person-
like going off on a tangent. Like,
Yeah. Well, I'm trying. Hey, look, bear with me.
so how?
This girl asked me if she wanted to watch a film with me, if I wanted to watch a film with her. Sorry, and I was like, well, yeah. So I was like, all right. So this jacuzzi looks like it's going to take about half an hour to an hour to fill up. So I'll just come check it in half an hour. So I left, and I went and watched. I started watching a film, forgot that I was working, and then watched the whole 2-hour film. And then I got back. Actually, I didn't even go back. My manager came in to the room and said, Jack, you're meant to be working, and now the whole spa's flooded, and the whole janitor workshop underneath is also flooded because it's like the city of Atlantis down there with all the waterfalls pouring down.
okay,
from above.
I've got a question. So
Yeah,
how do you fill up a jacuzzi?
with a hose.
Okay, right. So the hose just like dangles into the big like jacuzzi bath thing.
No, yeah. So you just get your hose reel with a green hose.
And it's
you
just,
chuck
it's
it
as
in.
simple as like turning it off and turning it back on again.
What, the tap?
Yeah, the tap. Okay.
That's how you get the water flow.
It sounds pretty basic. I didn't know.
Well, how else did you want
I
to
don't
fill
know.
a
I can't-
jacuzzi
no,
up? Like,
I'm
it's not.
I'm not denying
This
that's
isn't
true.
some ancient alien technology filling up your jacuzzis. What are you
I
talking
kind
about?
of just like didn't expect it to just be like a normal hose. I don't know. I kind of thought it
Alright.
always came from like the bottom or
Especially
the
as
sides or
spas are
something.
all about
Yeah.
No,
being clean.
it was a smart hose, bro. I
I-
connected to the
Yeah,
Wi-Fi.
I kind of always
I
thought
could
like
print documents off it.
the holes on the side of the
Should have
spa.
turned it
like-
off remotely.
Yeah, there's an app for that.
What was your punishment for flooding entirely like two floors?
My
Spillage is
punishment.
lickage.
Yeah.
Like what your manager was like, this happened, go back to work. You must have
No, so-
given you a telling off at least.
Hold on a sec.
Hold on,
So
ho-
right, my
hold on
manager,
a sec.
right?
Let me think about that. Like.
let me Google top 10 punishments of all time. So I basically, they had like a big squeegee on like a stick, like a mop thing, and I had to mop up obviously everything, get all the water. Then I had to empty. Because obviously the spa was then way too overfilled. I had to empty it and refill it again. So I just had to redo the whole job.
So you had to watch the whole. I had to watch like the whole film. Well, half the film again.
No, well, I didn't. I just sat. I sat in the spa for like 2 hours.
In that same night, you squeegeed up all that extra water that was apparently flooding down into the floor below.
Yeah.
And then filled up the pool again, and you were done by midnight.
Yeah, maybe just after midnight, give or take. I mean,
about 12 hours after midnight.
To be fair, 12 hours is a shorter time frame than James's 10 years that he gave us.
I mean, the story was true, so.
Oh.
But okay, so you said you went to go watch a film with this girl.
Yeah.
So did you say that your manager like phoned you whilst you were watching?
No, he walked in. He just burst into the room.
So, and then you left. What did the girl do this whole time? Was she just waiting for you to mop up this whole spa?
I don't know. I was mopping up. Like
that sounds
finished
like
the film off.
That sounds so like you'd planned your manager to come in at the same time. Be like, oh yeah, I need your help. Get me out of this situation. I don't want to be with this girl while watching the film.
Yeah.
Comes in.
No, but what do you mean? I chose to go watch the film with this girl.
Yeah, but then maybe you didn't like the film, and you're like, oh yeah, I'll be back in a minute. I just need to go mop the whole spa.
Like the film.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty trash film.
Yeah.
What was it?
Grease.
Oh, Ollie, what do you think?
I'm joking. I've still not seen Grease to this day. Actually,
You haven't seen Grease?
Wow. Nah.
Grease has John Travolta in it, right?
Yeah.
Funny you should mention that, actually.
Yeah.
He's come back again for another episode.
Oh man.
So when you say flooded, how deep are we talking?
Well, enough for the water to go to the floor below and start like flooding through the ceiling into the workshop.
Okay, so you walk through the door to the spa, and how are your feet soaking? Is it going to trouser leg? What's the deal?
Well, basically, no. The whole spa floor was like almost like a fake. It was like a decking, right? So it was like wood, kind of planks in rows. And then I don't know what was underneath that. I'm guessing there was something underneath that before the floor, and then it would go to the floor below. But yeah, so I flooded all of that. I flooded the spa, and then that started going through the ground into the area.
And you just like cleared it up and then went to work the next day.
The work never stops, James. I can't just stop working because.
Well,
this has got to be a lie.
I can't.
There's too many potholes.
It sounds like it could be true, but I don't believe that you could like just go to work like nothing ever happened the next day.
What
So
do you reckon they
he didn't
fired
bring
me?
you up
That's a
on it at all?
disciplinary right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, you're literally Netflix and chilling while everything's flipping.
While
drowning.
everything's grilling,
Yeah.
exactly. And it's just like, and I'm getting paid the whole time as well. It's great.
I don't like if you wanted.
No.
I assume. Okay, where? No, hang on. First question: where were you? What country?
France.
Lies, right there. I'm telling you.
I don't know. That sounded like he was just trying to pretend that he was in France.
Mm.
Ooh, mind games.
Think of a country, any
Mind
country.
games,
France.
yeah. And how old were you?
Were you good friends with your
enough.
manager?
Was I good friends with my manager?
Yeah.
Not particularly, nah.
And he didn't pull you up on the whole fact that you'd flooded the spa at all?
No, he like made me clean it up.
Yeah, but
But
like
you know,
that's
I guess he was just like, "Hey, that's shenanigans, man."
that's. Oh, but
All right, let's do it.
What are
What
you
are you
saying?
thinking, James?
I think it could it could definitely happen, but like the story has way too many, like Greg said, way too many plot holes. Ollie, if you could say truth or lie, what would you say?
I'm not gonna lie, I would say truth. I feel like those plot holes aren't deep enough. He's just sort of popped a foot in
Yeah,
there
he's
to make us
I
off
think,
the scent, you know. I reckon it is true.
Greg, what do you think?
So I'm completely opposite way. I think there's a little bit of truth in there,
Oh,
but
no.
the basis of the story is a lie. I think he maybe went to a spa in France and was like, imagine if you flooded it, and he's using that as the basis for his supposed truth in this.
Yeah.
So I think lie.
I don't know.
It's just the fact that he paused on France, right? And then, but he also mentioned a ski resort a minute ago, so
Oh yeah.
it could work.
All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and say I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but I think you're telling the truth.
All right. He's called it. James has said truth. Jack, did you flood the spa?
I did, and your
no.
teammate was
Hey.
spot on. I did do a ski season in France, and I was trying
There
to
it is.
bend some,
Wow.
some truths there. But
Nice.
yeah, it's true.
Fair enough.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting
is
indeed. Yeah.
2-0 to James's team.
Nice.
It's not looking like this episode is going to be a 4th tie in a row. Good.
Well, don't speak too early.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
won't jinx it.
It's too soon.
All right. Next up, we've got the big man, Ollie Reynolds. What are you saying, Ollie?
Okie doke. So, I once had an online relationship with a 24-year-old woman in America.
How did you meet her?
It was on Omegle.
Amigo.
Yes.
What?
Oh,
Oh no, that's a whole nother ball game. That is. Golly. Ollie, sorry, I don't know. How old are you now?
So I currently am 22.
22. And was this recently, or was this a few years ago?
This was 4 years ago, so I was 18.
So you were 18. She was 24.
Yes.
wow.
Right.
Okay, so can I just ask so you met on Omegle, you were just hitting the random button, it pulls someone up, and they appear on your screen. What was she up to when you first saw her?
So it wasn't actually on the computer; it was on the phone. So
What,
there
like
was no
just voice?
So it was the Omegle app for a phone. So there wasn't any video; it was just like a chat room.
I see.
So I didn't actually see her until I think we traded like it wasn't numbers but emails for iMessage back in the day. And then eventually escalated to FaceTime, and I'm
Okay.
ashamed to admit it, but she did meet my parents over FaceTime.
What was that like? Was that awkward?
It was so awkward. I could just feel the judgment. Like, imagine you raise your little boy and he reaches 18 and then he sits you down and he's like, so guys, I've met this woman. You're like, oh yeah, cool. Yeah, she lives over 1 billion miles away.
Oh yeah, where was she from?
It was Ohio.
Ohio.
Wow.
This sounds awfully a lot like the plot of Napoleon Dynamite.
That'd be pretty good. So was do you still talk to her at all?
No.
When was the last time you talked to her?
It was August of 2016.
See, that's how you do a detail, James. See that? You gave me a year and a month.
How are you meant to? Yeah.
But I'm not convinced when someone answers with a question mark on the end of it.
Yeah.
August 2016? Like, it's possible though. Why is it that you went on the app? Did you go on the app, like, because you're just talking to random people, right? So you can't even see them. You're just calling up a random person from the world. Like, were you going on there to meet women, or was it just you just wanted to have a chat with someone?
It was just complete 3 a.m. boredom.
At what point did you like? How long were you talking to her, and then you maybe like exchange numbers or Snapchat or whatever you do back then? You know, whatever youngins do. What did
I mean, we stayed on Omegle for a couple hours,
Oh.
and then obviously
and you were like, let's take this one step up. What's your number?
one step up. Yeah, I mean, I think it was like email.
Whoa,
Email.
that's serious. Like, that's when you know
Wow.
she's the
Well,
one.
that's like
Yahoo,
business
dot
serious.
co
What's
dot
that
UK.
about?
Yeah, she just started trying to fax in nudes.
What was it about her that drew you in like that intensely, that quickly?
She talked to me.
Nice.
No.
No.
Oh,
man.
fair enough.
But yeah.
She's a great listener. Okay.
Hopefully she'll be listening to this as well.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if you're out there, get in touch.
Yo, let's reconnect. Yeah, let's get these two people back.
Yeah.
What was her name?
It was Elizabeth.
It.
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 You clearly loved her
The
very
name.
much.
And
How did things end?
Um,
Yeah.
I ended up just ghosting her.
oh, you ghosted her.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So what changed your mind?
Well, literally everyone in my life said it was a bad idea.
If it happened now that you know that it's pointless caring about, you know, what other people fucking think, you know, what you're doing, do you reckon you would have continued that chat if you met someone now like that?
Probably if it was the same person now, no.
Right.
There are some like Netflix
Um,
documentaries about this. That would be
Catfish is about this.
good. Yeah, but was she? No, but she wasn't a catfish, though, was she?
Imagine.
Yeah, I mean, was she a catfish?
Did you see her?
Yeah, so we FaceTimed
Oh yeah, you
a
said
decent
yeah.
bunch.
How long did this go on for? Sorry.
Probably about 4 months.
4
Yeah.
months.
You can get
Quite
invested
long
in
then.
4 months. You can get heavily invested.
I mean, Ollie, obviously, like I don't know you, but I mean, like she's a 24-year-old woman having an online relationship with an 18-year-old thousands of miles away. Like, was there something wrong with her?
Trent, this is
Ooh.
his ex you're talking about. You better watch your tone, honestly.
It's fighting talk from Trent.
Let's break down that question. What do you mean by that?
I just mean like, you know, if she could have got somebody normally, why is she going for an 18-year-old thousands of miles away that she's never met? It seems
so-
inefficient.
Why isn't she linking up with people from Ohio? Yeah.
Exactly.
Because she was batshit crazy.
Oh, one of them.
Is that all the explanation we get? Is there's no more?
I mean, feel free to ask more questions. But...
All right, Bethany, can you get a female's perspective on this? Like, what do you reckon about all this?
Yeah, I'm trying to work it out. I'm trying to work out the dates. So it was 4 years ago.
Sorry?
It was 4 years ago.
Yes, yeah.
So it does, the dates do add up.
Yeah, he's 22. That minus 4 is 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the math.
And
The
they
math
last
checks
spoke
out.
in 2016, which is also 4.
Like Bethany, you're a girl. You're almost 24.
I am.
Would you date a guy in America who was 18?
No. But then that's just me.
What about a guy from Kent who was 18?
A guy from...
Kent.
Jack's trying to set up his brother.
No, I don't live
No,
in Kent
I
anymore.
think that's just a bit of an age gap. But that's like a personal thing, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, that's.
could have been cool with it.
I feel like Omegle though, like it's just sort of a weird story to tell in a way. So you kind of carry on. Were you like? Did you say you were boyfriend and girlfriend? Or were you just like seeing talking to each other?
There was a Facebook status.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Wow. Okay.
shit.
Interesting.
So what did you want to get from it? Were you thinking
At
like
the
long
time,
term or
attention.
I mean, it definitely wasn't sex.
Happiness.
Yeah.
Just some
I
good
mean, things are
chat.
possible.
Yeah.
Are you an attractive guy, Ollie? Would a 24-year-old go for you when you were 18?
Depends
a
on the
question.
standards.
Well, question from the host here.
I'd say I'm fairly average. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, if you had to rate yourself out of 10, what would we go with?
When we're talking about 18-year-old Ollie,
Like
18-year-old
Ollie.
Yeah.
Oh, when I was 18, I looked about 12.
Maybe that's what she was into.
I was the same, man. Don't worry about it. I can back that.
Yeah, but maybe
I wasn't hooking up with 24-year-olds. That's for sure.
So you look 12. So technically, this girl was dating someone that looked half her age then.
Real ethical problem.
Yeah.
This is, I mean, she sounds like an odd person, but the kind of people that you find on that app, I don't think you can class them as normal, really. So it's quite
Oh,
possible.
thank you. I was also using that app.
Well, I was going to say, if you were using it at 3 a.m., so like, what time would it have been for her? She would have just been like lunchtime, eating a cheese sandwich, be like, oh, time to meet some guys.
Cheese sandwich.
It would have been evening.
Yeah, what are they, like 6 to 8 to 9 hours behind?
I think there's 5 time zones in America, ranging from 4 hours and 9 hours behind us.
Thank you, Google.
Nicely done, Trent. What are you?
I think that's true. I probably got that wrong, but yeah.
5 hours behind?
Well, it depends where you are in America. There's quite a few time zones in America.
Yeah, well, that'll be like East Coast, right? It will be like 5
Yeah,
hours behind
exactly.
us. Yeah.
Were you going to say something, Greg? Sorry.
I've completely forgotten in the space of 2
nice.
seconds. It
Oh,
clearly
no.
wasn't
I'm a
important.
bad friend.
Damn. I need all the help I can get here, Greg, please.
All right,
Oh.
what are we thinking then, Jack?
What am I thinking? I'm
What's
thinking.
your team thinking?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. What are my team thinking?
You need to utilize Bethany. She's the girl.
Yeah,
Bethany,
so-
you're
Yeah.
the person
Bethany
who
is
can
the
relate
golden goose
to
here.
the lady in question here.
It could be.
What is
It
going
could be
on?
true, but it could be a lie.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It could be true because Omegle was kind of the thing back in the day.
That was prime time Omegle.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I know these things do happen.
Hmm.
So it could be a true, but I'm going to say lie. You seem a bit vague.
So useful. Thank you,
It's the
Bethany.
worst advice again, definitely.
Dan, please help me here.
Oh, to be fair, Bethany makes a good point. 4 years ago, that would have been prime time to go on that.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's true.
You
I
don't.
do not think it's true. I think 18 to 24, especially if you look 12, which I also, I mean, still now I look 12, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
I back that.
I think, yeah, cheers, Bethany, yeah.
Yeah, you do.
I would say this one is a lie. I hope I'm not wrong again, but yeah, I think it's a lie.
Okay. Well, I see what you're saying, but I feel like if the whole 18 to 24-year-old thing is going to happen anywhere, it's going to be on Omegle. Also, he came out with Ohio and a location fairly quick. He gave us August in a certain year, fairly quick. But I mean, that could just be a random pick, right? A confident random pick.
The dates add up,
Again-
the times add up.
You've already cross-checked the maths. The maths does check out.
Although saying that, I do think it's a lie.
These are
Man.
two tough decisions I've had to make already.
I'm looking forward to this answer. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm invested. I'm gonna say true again.
All right, Jack's going against his team and saying true.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
Ollie, was that true or was that a lie?
That one was true.
Oh!
Nice.
Well called, Jack. Well called.
All right,
Yeah,
well played,
good
Jack.
call.
Defying your
Oh.
team.
Fair play, Ollie.
Real quick, Ollie. Yeah. So like, what? How weird was it? Did you feel like it was weird at the time, or was you like, this
how
is
weird
sweet?
was it?
Was this sweet?
Did you brag about it to your friends?
No. No. Very few people know that happened.
Not anymore.
Yeah, now all of our listeners know.
Yeah. We got people in Iceland, bro, listening to this. Like,
Yeah.
people are gonna,
Half of the Iceland's
Word's
population
gonna
are listening
spread.
to
As
this.
long as it doesn't spread to America, we're fine.
Oh no, we got listeners in
You're in
America.
trouble.
Oh shit.
No, that's good. That's good.
Cool.
That'll be sweet.
Up next, we have Bethany. What are you saying, Bethany?
I once got with a celebrity on a night out.
Okay. I feel like the first question should be who?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm trying to think because I don't know if you'd call it a celebrity. So it was. Do you know Peter Andre?
Of course.
It was his brother,
Whose name is
Michael.
Michael
Andre.
Is he a celebrity?
Yeah. What's his celebrity status? What does he do?
Well, he's known as the brother of Peter Andre.
Why was he there? Why did you meet him? In what circumstances?
So I was in London, as you do. There's a VIP area with my friends. He was my way into the VIP area.
To be fair, I think if you see, so let's say I'm a bouncer. If I see someone standing with Michael Andre, I'm letting them both in straight away.
Would you recognise Michael Andre in the first place?
Are you joking?
Surely
Icon.
Michael Andre is not like a household face.
Describe him, Dan. What does Michael Andre
He's
look
an
like,
icon.
Dan?
A lot like Peter Andre, to be honest.
Oh, fair enough, yeah.
Maybe they just mistook him.
You're not obviously not into what I'm into, I suppose. I recognised him straight when I walked in.
What does he do? What's his job?
He's a DJ.
It checks out.
What did you have to say to him in order to get you into the VIP?
Not a lot, to be fair.
Who's easy?
Just kind of like, usual club chat. How are you? Sort of talk about the weather.
In the club.
Oh yeah. I actually, one of my favorite conversations, one of my favorite things to talk about was when I go into a club and I'm like, wow, this is going to be such a good night. Also, have you guys seen the weather for tomorrow? I can't, like, it's going to be so. So what I want to know, like, what happened, like from the start.
Give us the rundown.
So it was my friend's birthday. I think it was her 20th birthday, 21st birthday. At hers in North London. Got a taxi down. It was actually in Mahiki. I don't know if you've been.
Yeah, it's extremely spenny, isn't it?
Yeah. Walked in, had a few drinks, went to the VIP area, saw him there.
Wait, you went there without him?
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
But I thought you got him to get in there in the first place.
No, as into the VIP section once you're in.
Oh, so the VIP area and the VIP section, two very different animals.
You wouldn't understand, Jack. You're never in either of them, so.
So is the
I don't know
section a subset of the area, or is the area a subset of a section?
It's a section in the area.
Oh, right. The section's the subset of the
What was that
area. So you went into the area, and then you met up with Michael Andre, who allowed you into the section.
Yeah.
The area.
Yeah.
The VIP of the VIP.
The area. Yeah.
It's like going out and then out. Like she went to the area, but not the area. The area.
Yeah.
So you're basically the VVIP.
Nice.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wow.
So who are you with? Just like one other friend?
No, there was about 6 of us.
Oh.
It was a friend from uni.
And did you all get into this area? Section.
I did with 2 of my friends, so it's just the 3 of us.
Were they getting with celebrities as well?
No, we were just there really for the free drinks.
So it was your friend's birthday, and 3 of you decided to just fuck off into the VIP with celebrities, leaving the other 3 on their own on this girl's birthday.
Yeah, have you ever been on a night out with girls? That is exactly what happened.
You're terrible. You're terrible people.
I was with my friend.
The birthday girl was in the VIP.
Yeah. I did it for her. Natalie.
Interesting. Who was she with? Was she with another brother of the Andres, I'm guessing?
Yeah, Peter.
Yeah. Or the other one. Cool.
Huh?
There's another brother. There was a few of them in there.
There's a few of them.
Oh, there's the giant.
Andre the Giant.
I don't know their names.
And how did it conclude? Like how,
Yeah, I mean, when you say you got with him, what did you get?
No, just no, nothing too full on. I just did it sort of enough to get in, get the drinks, get a couple of friends in.
What is enough?
Yeah, what
is the
exactly
going
did you
rate
do?
for enough?
I don't know. Do you want time? It's maybe 3-4 seconds.
Right. So you hooked it. You kissed him basically.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right.
Sorry, I thought I said that.
Yeah. I'm just checking that was a kiss that happened for 3 to 4 seconds rather than something else. Right. Okay. Quick kiss.
I see. Okay.
Wouldn't he be in Australia because Peter's the famous one? I can't imagine he's affording to fly cross country across the oceans just for a night out. Did he say what he was doing?
He was in London for one night
He
only.
was DJing at a club the night before.
Okay. I guess it helps he's a DJ in your imagination, doesn't it? I'm out of questions at this point, James. I need some help.
What would you guys say if I said that I missed all of that because my Discord just crashed?
Yeah, I saw that.
So you guys gonna have to be my saviors.
You didn't miss much.
You missed too much, to be honest. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, so what was your original statement again?
Wait, what are we talking about?
So I once got with a celebrity on a night out.
Okay, yeah. So I don't. So at what point did you get with? I don't know if I missed that. At what point did you get with him?
On the night out.
We walked in. I'm not sure on timings because we'd had a few drinks, but we walked in. First thing we normally do is go and get a drink, and then it was maybe like 2 drinks in, quite near to the start of the night.
Was this when you were in the VIP area, or just like? Just in the
No,
club?
we were just with the peasants in the outside bit.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Mm.
Why was Michelangelo with the peasant?
No, he wasn't. He was in the VIP area.
How did you get his attention?
Yeah, how did you? Yeah,
Because they've got to leave to kind of guess.
as
the
he's
toilet.
leaving, he like jumped on it.
He's got to pee at some point.
Yeah, I don't know. We were kind of like by the entrance bit, and then yeah,
Interesting.
went
Okay.
from there.
All right, I know you missed it, James, but what are you thinking?
I feel like this is something that just happens.
What, you should go with
I
Peter
don't-
Andre's brother?
I just don't see like a real unrealistic thing. Like I don't know, just like it happens. People are human,
People are human.
Yeah,
like, we are.
you've heard it here first, guys. People are humans. No, I don't see anything like too crazy, unfamiliar, like crazy, just not gonna happen out of this scenario. Everything you seem to be like telling your story pretty well.
James, are you all right?
I'm kind of like, as I'm answering this question, I'm sort of like answering it to myself as well. I'm like, I don't know if it's...
Yeah, you're persuading me as well.
Yeah.
From what you're saying.
Do you want to
Yeah,
ask your
no.
team what they're thinking, James?
You know what? I think I might. Ollie and Greg, what are you saying?
Lies. But I was wrong last time as well. Yeah.
Oh, see, I would say truth.
Oh.
Like, let's
why do you
think,
think- why do you
if you
think
get
truth?
given a prompt that says, I made out with a celebrity on a night, you would not go for someone as famous as brother, would you?
I don't
Well,
know.
Oh, no, there was a bit of hesitation on the whole like.
On
let
who
me
it could
think
possibly
about
be.
what celebrity that was. Yeah.
there also wasn't very much forthcoming context. Like we had to really work that out of Bethany. I mean, I don't know if that's her game, talking to a celebrity trying to get into VIP. It wouldn't have worked on me.
I mean, she was
You know what I mean? So a
very,
man with that
very,
much money and a famous brother, I don't believe it.
she was very quick on the names of friends, like suspiciously quick.
Yeah, but you could just like remember any night out and be like, oh, who did I go out with that night?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm going to stick
I'm
my
gonna
guns and say true, but it's up to James.
All right, it's up
Okay.
to you, James. What are you saying?
All right. Well, seeing as I heard the majority of this statement, Ollie, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to go lie. I've changed my mind.
All right, he's saying a lie. Bethany, was that true or was that a lie?
It was a lie.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, I've
Nice.
been foiled.
Nice.
How did you
That was
choose?
a lie all
How did you
day
choose the celebrity there?
Yeah,
Why
well,
Michael Andre?
This has really thrown me because Trent's obviously used that as a lie, but that is actually kind of true.
Hang on. What?
Wait,
What?
what?
Hang on. Hang on.
Whoa.
Hold the
What are
phone,
you
talking about?
Bethany.
Hold the phone. Hang on.
Is there some
Tell-
match fixing going on?
Tell us more. Tell us more.
No, because I didn't know you knew that, so it must
I
have been
didn't
a
know
lie.
that.
right?
Hannah clearly made
Oh.
Hannah made that up.
Exactly.
What do you mean?
You got with Peter Andre's brother.
Guys, this is a what you saying first.
Honestly, what are you saying there?
Hang on. So did that
I don't
did
know.
that scenario happen or not?
Yes, but not how I've just said it.
Right.
So,
What was
Oh,
different?
Because I didn't want to tell anyone.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I panicked.
so, did you get with someone famous or not?
Yes.
Was it Peter Andre's
Was
brother?
it?
Yeah.
Michael Andre.
You've
Yeah.
got with Peter Andre's brother.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the truth then. So I'm giving the point to Jack's team.
Oh.
Oh.
So no. Hang on. What?
What just happened? Yeah.
So
Are we-
you got with Peter Andre's brother. Is his name Michael or not?
Yeah.
It's
So
true.
what
I
part of that
googled
wasn't
him
true?
during
So
that.
what? So it's exactly true.
What wasn't true from that story?
It wasn't in London.
That's all right. That's
The
okay.
whole story's made up. It's all made up.
I mixed up like 4 nights.
Oh, that's all right. I give you. That's
So
fine.
it happened in
Technically
Manchester. It
fabricated.
was all fake. Yeah, didn't happen.
All right, but the statement was,
Wow.
I got with a celebrity on a night out.
Would you call
Yeah,
Michael
yeah.
Andre a
And you did.
celebrity?
Yeah, exactly. I just didn't know that you knew that. And then I was like, are you trying to get me to say it? Maybe Hannah's told you.
Well, I didn't know that, so what are the chances of that? All right, I'm awarding the point to Jack's team,
Unbelievable.
Nice.
which ties it
Yeah.
up at 2-2.
You kidding?
Nah, I thought we were winning like 4-1 or something.
No. All right.
Okay.
So 2-2. Next up, we have Greg. All right. What are you saying, Greg?
So, I used to wear a top hat all the time.
Yes.
Oh man.
Oh
That's-
no.
For some reason, is it Club Penguin when you wear a top hat?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's exactly. As soon as you said top hat, I thought, Club
Right.
Penguin.
All right. Okay. How old were we?
It was quite a while. It must have been in primary school, between the ages of about, I don't know, 7 and 9. I just refused to take off this top hat.
And were you like doing other activities that kind of went hand in hand with top hats, such as street magic?
Not necessarily. For some context, I'd been to a wedding, and it was one of those where I was a little groomsman for a cousin or so. I can't remember who it was, and I was quite young, and I really liked the top hat. And this one girl in my family, who might have been a third or fourth cousin, but you know those ones that you always fancy, but you're not meant to fancy. Those ones.
Your cousin.
Wait, what?
It feels like you're owning up to something that you don't need to. You easily could have glossed over it.
Moving past that very swiftly, she told me that I looked handsome in this top hat, and there was a girl at school I wanted to impress. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to wear this top hat constantly.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I did for about 2 years.
Oh man, that's
how
what
did that
happens
work out?
when people give a dude a compliment. Like that's the first compliment they've got in like 5 years. Like they'll take
Yeah.
that to heart, and that's it. You're done.
Yeah, I mean, I was
Yeah.
quite a small, cute little kid. Didn't understand why I couldn't get a girlfriend. Was good at football, you know. Had all the Pokemon
I was good
cards.
at
Had a Game
football.
Boy. You know, just couldn't understand it. So
That's everything girls look for in a man, like Pokemon cards and football skills.
Yeah.
exactly.
hat.
And
And top hats.
Beyblades as well.
Oh,
And
Beyblades. No.
Oh
And
no,
and
Beyblades
and-
is an absolute pussy crusher. Come on.
You were quite the cat.
just I every day since then has been a step downhill. I'll be honest, but yeah. So I thought, you know what, I'll wear this top hat. I'll impress her. I look smart. So I went to school it was summer, so I had my shorts on, you know, because I can't slide on your knees then in the hall, which is burn your knees. And yeah, I'm wearing this top hat and I'm trying to impress this girl, and it's just not working. So I think the longer I leave it on, the more likely she's going to find me, you know, a catch. So yeah, wore it every day for 2 years.
Man,
2
I just
years.
can't imagine you in a top hat.
2 years in primary school. I mean, you know how you know it's the suits one, this small. Eventually, my head would grow to be too big, and I'd look a bit silly. So my mum was like, "Right, about time you gave that up."
That's what made you look silly. That your head was too big.
Did she not buy you a new one?
Oh no, it was a one suit thing for this wedding. You know, they're not going to get married again, are they? Or at least I won't be that age when they get married.
It didn't work out.
What was the question? Sorry.
So did it not work out with this girl? You didn't
Oh no,
impress her?
absolutely not.
I wonder why.
But did she even like bring it up or anything? Did you talk about it at all?
Well,
or-
I mean, to say I was bullied at that age is probably a strong word, but I was definitely teased for this hat. But as soon as you realise the benefits of having this hat, I could take in snacks into school, and soon I was becoming good friends with
the
everyone,
guy,
dishing
yeah.
out Haribo and like maths and
Top
stuff.
hat guy, selling ketchup
how
on the
deep was
playground.
this top hat? Was it like a
Just a
deep one?
standard top hat. I mean, I don't know the actual.
Oh, yeah,
size.
oh,
It's
yeah, I
probably
see.
in this cupboard here. I could have a look for it.
Uni-
Actually, but,
universal top hat regulations, right?
yeah.
I mean, could you say fit a white rabbit underneath the top hat?
Yeah.
A small white rabbit, yeah.
A small one.
Because I think if it's big, it's just animal cruelty.
A bunny,
it's
a
gotta have
bunny, if you
space.
will. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have sort of like when you were like putting this top hat on and like looked at yourself in the mirror? Did you like your favorite film or someone like a character from a film or a TV show? You were like, oh yeah, this is good.
So what stuck out is, Michael Jackson when he flips the hat onto his head, he rolls it up his arm.
Oh yeah.
I used to be able to do that, and I was just like, damn cool. Like, I'm sexy. Like, let's go.
Was that a top hat though?
No, it wasn't a top hat. It was just a normal hat, but
a normal
needs
hat.
must.
It's a normal,
needs must in those cases. So yeah.
Yeah, well, you had a top hat lying around from that wedding, right? So, and you were like, "I'll keep it on for 2 years."
I didn't take it off since that wedding. So I just thought, I look handsome. Like, this is it. I'm going places. CEO, here I come.
All right, what are we thinking then, Jack?
Well, I was actually going to ask Bethany, would you go for a man in a top hat?
I mean, Michael Andre was wearing a top hat, to be fair.
Yeah, he loves a top hat.
Not when I saw him. Not personally, I wouldn't, but
you didn't see the top hat.
True. I didn't see the top hat, but a top hat's a top hat, right?
But it's the top of all hats. Like,
Top
it's the best one you can get.
Okay. I don't think it can be true.
2 years is a long time to be wearing any hat, but a top hat as well at that.
It was quite scuffed and broken towards the end. Like sports day, especially, that was hard.
Tug of war in your top hat.
Was it like tied to your head, or did it just sit on?
No, I would just, how like you can bend your neck because it's movable. I just bend my head down.
What? Wait, you're telling me that you
How
can
did
bend
your
your neck
control whether your top hat was on sports day?
The force of me running forward, the air would push the hat, keep it on my head. And if I kept it a certain, I was a pro by this point. I'm on playground, 2 years.
Yeah.
Top hat on, playing football. I was used to it.
Football and a top
you
hat.
literally would not take it off ever, ever. Would you shower with it on?
Well, no, obviously, I don't want to ruin the top hat. It made me look handsome, but
yeah.
Oh, but like playing football and sports day, you would keep it on.
No, yeah, of course, because that's when all the parents were looking at me, so I'd be at my most handsome, and all the kids they'd know that that's Greg with the top hat. He's handsome. He is.
Did you get that kind of response from the girls as well?
Oh yeah.
Just not the girl you were after.
No, she ran away. Alex, if you're out there, I still love you.
Oh, actually, I had a question. What have you worn a top hat since you gave it up?
I'll be honest, only one, and that was again at another wedding.
Why do you always wear a top hat at every wedding you go to?
Because I'm the youngest of my generation of family, so everyone older than me, everyone is older than me, my generation. Everyone's having babies and christenings and weddings, so I'm normally the last on the line. So I'm the youngest with a groomsman with a top hat on, just because they want a family member in there. You know what I mean? Just keep me happy.
Is that a thing? The youngest kind of wears some top hat. Is that a thing?
No, they were all wearing top hats.
Oh, everyone.
Putting that out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was part of the groom's, gear.
Oh, sorry. I haven't been to a wedding, so I'm not sure. Okay.
Well, the next time I have one, I'll invite you and I'll pick out a nice top hat.
Maybe it will be my look for the next 2 years.
You won't regret it.
All right, what are we saying, Jack?
Okay. I don't know. I feel like he's definitely selling it pretty well. And man, everything's been so tricky today. Bethany and Dan, what do you reckon?
Could be a lie, could be a truth.
I'm thinking. I don't think this is true. I think if you wore a top hat at primary, to be fair, it wouldn't be as bad. If you wore it in secondary, you would get bullied, like irreparably bullied.
You were in primary though, right?
Yeah, I was in primary.
Yeah, I think secondary, this would definitely be a lie. Primary, I think you'd still, at 7, you'd get picked on pretty hard. I don't think you'd try to maintain it for 2 years.
2 years is a long time to be wearing a top hat.
That's a very long time. I think maybe 2 weeks you could try out something new. You'd realise pretty quickly it wasn't going for you, and then you just stop wearing it. But 2 years, I don't think this is true. But I've been wrong every time so far. So
he's trying to impress a girl, and you'd know if you weren't impressing the girl after at least a month.
I'd got used to it.
Yeah.
The comfort of having that top hat, that I could just, have a toy in there when I was bored, take it off, play with this toy,
the space you have between your head and the top of the hat.
It's like having your own little private room
in
school. just to keep whatever you like in there. DVDs, everyone's obviously not a DVD player, but everyone's just smuggle someone.
You probably could.
Did you wash it?
Oh no, it's probably still in the cupboard dirty over there. Which I think it is actually.
So Bethany, are you going to give me truth or lie on this one, or are you going to give me on the fence?
I'm saying it's a lie.
Okay, that's a lie. And Dan, you were also lie, correct?
I'm saying lie, yeah. I think he has mentioned that it is in the cupboard now twice, which I think is a great bit of acting. I don't think there is a cupboard. Well, there might be a cupboard, but I don't think there's going to be a top hat in it.
All right. Well, I went against my team last time, and I felt bad about that, whether I got it right or not.
Yeah.
I know.
You
I
were
know.
right, so don't listen to us. Yeah.
But I can't do that again. I feel like I agree. 2 years is a long time to be wearing top hat at school. Yeah, lie. I'm gonna go lie.
All right, Greg, was that true or was that a lie?
That was complete bullshit. Yeah.
That was a really impressive lie.
You did really well, honestly, man. I was convinced.
Yeah.
I was convinced. I only went live because of the team.
Yeah, as soon as I said 2 years, I couldn't stop myself from carrying on that lie to that point. I should have just said like a few months.
Yeah. 2 years optimistic for sure. Yeah. Okay. Nice.
All right, so that's 3-2 to Jack's team now.
Oh no!
The reverse
we are
sweep.
again.
Guys.
All right, last up, we have Dan. What are you saying, Dan?
Okay, so just like Kevin from Home Alone 2 and Home Alone, first one and the second one.
What?
I used to set up booby traps in my house to prevent people from breaking in.
You used to have what?
I used to set up booby traps in my house to prevent people from breaking in.
What was your favourite one?
I wish I had a spider. I'm terrified of spiders, so I just leave one out. But sadly, I didn't. You know the one where I think he had. It was a pot full of something, and he'd throw it over the top of the banister.
Paint.
I used to just have that sitting there. Paint, yeah, that's it. I just have a little pot, a little bucket that I had, and I just fill it with all like the heaviest like toy trucks and cars that I had, and I just have that on a string at the top of the banister. So if I heard anyone coming up the stairs that I didn't know the way that they were walking, because you know when your mum or dad's coming, you know the way that they walk. Yeah. That's quite weird. If like there was some weird little walking pattern, I don't know that shit. I'm throwing that straight over the top, and they're getting
the Hot Wheels come. The Hot Wheels come raining down for sure.
Yeah,
I like that. Yeah.
I mean, they do say it's better to have a pot full of Hot Wheels cars and not need it than to need a pot full of Hot Wheels cars and not have it.
Oh, yeah.
I always made sure that I had it. Always made sure.
How old were you?
This was when I was 6. So the first one
when did Home Alone come out?
I don't think the second one had come out by this stage, but each one I just watched, it just helped me to like reinforce the fact that I'm doing the right thing. Like I saw the next one come out,
I'm a bit suspicious here, you know.
Did you do like multiple different types of trap?
I had the pot of cards. I used to have next to my door. I used to have like a load of little pins. So my mum, she used to have in her like room, her like study. She used to have those pins that you stick onto on like a cork board. Those little sharp pins that have like
drawing
colours.
pins.
Yeah, drawing pins. I could have just said that, really, couldn't I? I used to have like a load of those in the corner next to my door, so that if like I wasn't sure who was coming up the stairs again, just in case the Hot Wheels hadn't worked, I could then run into my room, scatter the pins by the door, and then they'd walk in. It just gave me that double layer.
Did you ever have a close call? Like, did you ever?
Yeah, did you ever use
that double security?
Yeah, did you ever like hear someone coming up the stairs and you were like, "Wow, all systems go, Roger, Roger," and then set up a trap and it was just like your cat or something walked in?
No. I wouldn't be able to hear a cat coming up the stairs.
Nah, cats are too good.
Cats are pretty stealthy.
I mean, did you ever use these traps? Was anybody ever affected by your booby traps?
I used it once on my twin brother because he was just like running about, and like I chucked it down because he's quite short.
Bowling ball just falls on his head.
I chucked it over once. I kind of knew that it was him. I thought it's either him or it's someone that's coming in to kill me. So either way,
I'll take my chances.
Yeah,
they do sound the same, to be fair.
And fortunately, it turned out to be him. It did miss him though, sadly. But yeah, I mean, I couldn't.
Sadly.
Was there an experience that triggered all of this in you, or did you just grow up just to be like, "Oh, what's that? Who's that? Who's that?"
There was no experience as such. I just watched the films and I was like, that kid's a smart kid. He's just got it all figured out. He is never going to be killed. He's like
He's never going to be killed.
This guy's
he's ready for any situation.
That's a little contradiction,
unkillable,
though.
that kid, quite honestly. So yeah, I just watched that films and I thought he's like, that's a pretty cool thing to do. So I just tried to bring that into my own life.
Can I just point out, about 2 minutes ago, you said, "Oh, the films probably hadn't come out yet, but I was a pretty smart kid." And now we're back to seeing the films.
No, so the second film hadn't come out.
I'm not
this
sure
is when
about
the
that.
first one came out. So I was 6.
Did you?
I think the first film. I didn't go to the cinema to go and watch it, but I think it was on the TV because it's one of those ones that's always on around like Christmas.
These like traps and stuff. Was it like a domino sort of scenario where like you would hit one thing and then it would like do the whole end trap, or was it just sort of like one thing in your room that would...
6, I would not have been able to come up with that. So I mean, these days,
that's a shame.
I wish I could just hit one button.
At 6, I was crying to At 6, I was crying to Titanic.
No, they were. You need to do it manually and then run over to the next one and do it manually. Yeah.
Did you ever worry about the damage or the cost to the house that it might, because they're chucking paint around and heating doorknobs? Right?
Yeah.
Did anyone tell you to stop?
My parents didn't mind it so much, so they always they could see what I was doing. It wasn't going to be damaging to like the paintwork on the house or anything. Like it was always just I'd have a bucket full of cars. Like the worst that's going to happen is that they're going to land on the carpet. Like there's going to be no damage there.
Or you kill your brother.
Or I kill my brother. Yeah.
Did your parents know about the pins?
They liked them very much. So. Sorry.
Did your parents know about like all the traps?
I don't think they knew about the pins because I thought they wouldn't let me do that, and I thought that's a really cool one to have. I think I pinched them. And
pretty smart kid.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, what are we thinking, James?
You know what? I think this is true. I don't see like a reason why this wouldn't be true. I don't think. I think I would always like set up little things around my house, like pretending that I was in different scenarios or like getting excited about different things. I don't see a major like reason why this wouldn't. If you'd said like, oh yeah, I used to set up Home Alone traps and then I killed 3 people, like yeah, maybe that would be a bit different, but
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, slightly
maybe at 6 years old.
Manslaughter of 3 people on the podcast is a new one.
What are you saying, Ollie?
I think I'm gonna stick to my guns and say it's a lie.
Wow.
I'm not fully convinced.
What's like one major thing that you don't think is like reason why you think it's a lie?
Well, I just, where were the pins? Like when you had them ready, where were they?
Yeah, so I had a bookshelf just next to my door, and then on that like bottom shelf where you don't really keep anything, it's just like your bits and bobs. I just had a little pot of pins down there. So I took the lid from the pins case. I thought, you know what, that's perfect because I don't need a whole pot of pins. I just need about like 20. Took the lid off. I was like, I'll pinch that, chuck that down there. And then I had a load of pins in there so that if there was someone that was coming to try and get me, throw them on the floor, game over.
You know what that bottom shelf's good for? It's good for your files, like your GCSE certificates. That kind of shit. That's what I put down there.
Interesting. Greg.
Do you have GCSE certificates? Wow.
Did you not get those?
Well, yeah.
No, yeah, we did. I think it's a truth just because it's a bit tame. There's but at the same time, his parents are okay with him leaving lethal booby traps around the house, which I don't think I'd be okay with personally.
Yeah, but were they lethal? Like
A can of paint hitting you in the head, that's going to do some damage.
Yeah.
wait, you actually set that up?
No, so cars in a little plastic bucket.
Cars in little plastic buckets are a bit
Still
different.
Still not great.
Every time you walk.
Oh, definitely annoying. But like 6-year-olds are annoying. 6-year-olds are annoying.
How big was this bucket?
Gonna hurt.
How big was the bucket?
Yeah, so do I.
I don't know. I think like I used to have this like alarm thing on my door where like if the door opened, it would like release this trigger thing which set an alarm off, and that was annoying. But like I still did it.
Yeah, but that's an alarm. That's something you can easily turn off. That's not six
No,
pins.
because then
of
you know
fog.
you have 10 seconds before you then get a bowling ball in the face.
That was your trap.
Yeah.
I do not believe that's true.
No, I think. Okay, so we got Greg saying true and Ollie saying
No,
false.
I'm saying.
Oh, you're
no,
both
yeah,
saying.
I'm saying true. I am saying true. Sorry.
Okay, and
Alright.
Ollie said lie.
We got a true and a lie.
All right. Well, it's either going to be a draw again, or it's going to be
Oh,
Jack's
fuck.
going to take the first thing. But I think you're telling the truth.
Final answer.
Oh, yeah, final
so
answer.
tense.
Final answer.
All right, Dan. Was that true or was that a lie?
I was in fact telling a lie.
No!
That is true.
Does that make it a
Alright.
draw or is that a
Not
win?
happened.
No.
For the first time ever, we have a winner, and that is Jack's team.
Oh,
Well done, Jack.
guys, thank you so much.
Oh, wow.
Well
4
done.
Well done,
episodes
guys.
in, we
Solid
finally
effort.
got a true
You've
winner.
brought honour to my household. Thank you. Thank you for taking time out of your busy evenings to do this. Appreciate it.
No problem.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much for having us on. It was good fun. Did enjoy it.
All right.
Oh,
Well done. Well
Thank
played.
you for listening, guys. We'll be back next week.
see you
Thanks for
later.
listening.
Incredible stuff.
Bye.
Bye.
This has been episode 4 of the What You Saying podcast. Thank you for listening, and I'd also like to thank all of our guests for coming on. Also, please don't forget to follow us on social media.
That was nice. You had your presentator voice on there. That's good.
Yeah. Nice.
All right, take it away, James.
We get so many messages from people we know about the podcast, which is great, but we'd also love to hear from people that we don't know. We can see we've got listeners from around the globe, so if you just stumbled upon our podcast, first off, thank you for taking the time and listening to us. But we'd love to hear from you, wherever you found us, wherever you are, whoever you are. So follow us on Twitter and Instagram, WhatYouSaying PC. Send us a message. We'd love to hear from you.
Nice.
Nice.
Very nice.
All right,
Thanks.
what am I going to say then? I don't know if I need to say anything.
Just say thanks. I'm here too.
If you are a celebrity or know a celebrity, please get in touch and we'll get you on the podcast. Thank you.
Only A-list celebrities, though, please. None of you
Yeah.
B-list people.
None of these D lists.
Thanks. See you next week. Bye.
See you next week. What did the cheese say to himself when he looked at himself in the mirror?
Halloumi.
That was excellent delivery.
That was
James.
good. I like
really
that.
enjoyed that. Perfect.
Yeah, that was perfect. That's going right on the end of the podcast. I'll tack it on at the end.